Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on Redux Toolkit on my channel. So in today's video, basically we are going to see how we can perform CRUD operation with the help of RTK query in our React application using JSON server. So we will be using JSON server and we are going to write our RTK query to perform CRUD operation. So RTK query is a powerful data fetching and a caching tool. So mainly it is used for fetching the data from server and cache the data for future use, and we will discuss more on this topic later. So let's first have a quick demo of this application which we will be building using RTK query in today's video. So as you can see that we are fetching the data from our JSON server and displaying in table component using RTK query, and you can also see in the Redux dev tool as well. So if I open my Redux dev tool, so let's open this one. So you can see that we are making a API request with our JSON server, and here we have a different action. Okay, pending, fulfilled, unsubscribe query result, then we have again pending, fulfilled. So basically we are executing here RTK query. So if you look at state, so you can see that here in queries we have our all contact in the data. Okay, so this is the same data that we have in our JSON server and we are displaying here in our table component. So fetching you have already seen with the help of RTK query. Now let's add a new contact. So I'm just going to give here some random name. So let's give as of now test. Okay, test@gmail.com. Let's give some random contact and let's click on save. So you can see that our data got successfully added in our table component with the help of RTK query, and we have got this toast notification message. Okay, and we can also perform the delete operation with the help of RTK query. So let's delete one record here. So I am going to delete the last record. So let's click on delete. Let's click OK. So now you can see that content got deleted successfully from our table component, and you can also view the single user contact details. So if you click on view button, so you can also see that we are able to view the single user contact detail based on the ID, and if you click on go back, so it will navigate towards the home page. Now you can also update the existing contact detail based on the ID. So let's update the last one. So let's click on this one and let's give here like Jim Carrey. Okay, and let's update this one as well, Jim Carrey. Let's update contact. Okay, and let's click on update button. So you can see that our record successfully got updated in our table component, and we have got this toast notification as well. So you can see that we have successfully able to perform all CRUD operation with the help of RTK query in our React application with the help of JSON server. So guys, in today's video we are going to write a different RTK query to perform all CRUD operation in our React application. And also in this video we are going to use this starter application to write a different RTK query. So basically we won't write much code related to UI part. Our main focus will be learning the concept of RTK query. So that's the reason I have provided you this starter project, so that we can have a quick start, and the GitHub link of this repository will be available in the description, so you can always check out the description for that. And I will talk more about this starter project later, like how we are going to set up this one. So that we will do later part of this video. So guys, before we get started, if you haven't subscribed this channel, then please subscribe this channel and like the video as well if you like the content on this channel. You can also share my content with your friends and colleagues if you find out that my content is useful. And guys, you can also join me on my social media like Instagram and Facebook, and all the social media link will be available in the description, so you can always check out the description for those social media link. Okay, so guys, before we set up this starter project for RTK query in our system, so let's first understand some theoretical concept about the RTK query in the context of Redux Toolkit. So RTK query is a powerful data fetching and a caching tool. So it is mainly used for fetching the data from server, and it caches the data for future use. And here it is also mentioned that it is designed to simplify common cases for loading data in a web application, eliminating the need to hand write data fetching and caching logic yourself. So basically we don't have to write logic manually for loading, fetching or error part whenever we have to make a API request. So generally what happened, RTK query will take care of all this tasks behind the scene. Okay. And guys, you don't have to install a additional package to write a RTK query because RTK query is already come with the Redux toolkit package. So you don't have to install the additional package. So here it is clearly mentioned that RTK query is an optional add-on included in the Redux toolkit package, and its functionality is built on the top of the other API in Redux toolkit. So let's see what's this RTK query offer. So I have just scrolled down. So RTK query basically offer this API like create API. So in create API, what happened basically? So with the help of create API, we make query. Okay. And the second one is a fetch based query. So basically in fetch based query, we define our base URL. And the third one is the API provider. So if you haven't set up Redux store in your React application, so you can use this API provider, but we are not going to use this API provider in today's video because we are going to follow the same old approach, that is we are going to wrap our component with the provider. So basically we wrap our app component with the provider, and in provider we basically pass the store so that our component can access the state from the store. So this approach we are going to use in this today video. And guys, if you are interested to know more about this RTK query, so I will provide this document link in the description, so you can always check out the description. So guys, now it's time to set up this starter project in our system. So I have already provided the GitHub link in the description, so you can always check out the description. So either you can make it clone or download this repository, it's up to you. And I will also give the overview of this GitHub repository, so you don't have to worry on that part. So guys, now I hope you have make it clone or you have downloaded this repository, because I am going to open this repository in my Visual Studio Code. So let's go into the Visual Studio Code. So you can see that RTK query starter project is already open in my Visual Studio Code, and I have created this project using this command. So in today's video I am going to use this TypeScript template. So I have created the project using the command npx create react app name and template and Redux TypeScript. So we are going to use the TypeScript in the today video. So with the help of this command I have created my React project. Okay. So now I am going to give the overview of this RTK query starter project. So let's go into the Visual Studio Code. So as you can see that in app.tsx file I have registered some routes. So we have home route, we have add edit user form component, and we have user info. So I am using add edit user for adding the new contact or updating the existing contact. So I am using the same component for adding the contact or updating the existing contact. And guys, in the home page I am displaying all the contacts in the table component, and we have one user info as well in which user can see the single contact detail. So overall we have a 4 route which I have registered in this React application. And now let's go into this pages folder. So here we have home.tsx file. So basically I am displaying all the contact in the table component, and here we have some action to perform the CRUD operation like edit, view or delete. And as of now I am just displaying the data from this component itself, so I am not using any RTK query to display the data. So as of now I am just displaying from the component itself. And here we have added it users. So here I have just set up basic form to add the contact or update the existing contact. So you can see that I have here basic form, and in user info.tsx files, so here basically user will able to see the single user contact detail. So as of now the contact is hard coded, you can see that here. So I have just hard coded here the details. So this project is running on my localhost 3001. Okay, so you can see that we have add contact, and here we have a form. And if you click on view, so as of now this detail is a dummy detail. Okay, so I have just hard coded into this user info.tsx file. Okay, so this is all about this pages folder. And if I show you my package.json file, so once you create the project using this command, so it will basically install this Redux toolkit package, along with it will also install the React Redux. And one more thing guys, in this project I am also using the toast notification. So you can see that I have already installed the React Toastify and I have already configured in my app.tsx file. And one more thing guys, since we are using JSON server for the today video, so you can see that in my package.json file I have already written the script to start the JSON server. So you can see that this is the script, so it will start the JSON server. And in the root we have one db.json file in which we have some data. So this is some dummy data I have here, so that initially we can perform the fetch operation with the help of RTK query. Okay, so that's why I have some dummy data in my JSON server. And in order to start this JSON server, so you have to go to the directory. So this is the directory where I have cloned this repository. Okay, so you can see that we have this directory in which I have my db.json file. So here you can open command prompt. Okay, and what you have to do, so here you have to just do a npm run server. Okay, so this will basically start your JSON server on port 5000. Okay, so you can also verify this one in browser. So you can see that we have got all three contacts that we have in our db.json file. So this is the URL which I have used here. Okay, so I hope you don't have any issue with this JSON server. So you can post your query in the comment section if you have any issue with the JSON server. So let's start working on this RTK query. So I'm going to create one folder first here, that is services. Okay, and now in services I'm going to have one file, that is contacts api.tsx. okay, so we need to bring create API and fetch base query from Redux toolkit. So from Redux toolkit we have to go to query and React. Okay, and we have to bring create API and fetch base query. Okay, and then we can export const contacts API and create API. So inside this we have to define this base query, and here we are going to use fetch base query, in which we basically defined our base URL. Okay, so our base URL nothing but this one. So let's just copy this one and just paste it here. Okay, and you have to remove this part. Okay, we don't need this one. And after that we're gonna have like endpoints. Okay, and in this endpoint we have to write a builder pattern here. So, and guys, there is not much information available on the official document of Redux toolkit regarding this builder pattern. So with the help of this builder pattern we can build our endpoint. So what we have to do, so this will be a arrow function, and so inside this we are going to fetch all the contacts that we have in our db.json file. So here I can write contacts. Okay, so basically it will hold all the contacts that we have in our db.json file. Okay, and after this we are gonna having a builder. So this builder offer query method. So here we have a query and mutation. So mutation is used for adding, updating or deleting, and query is used for fetching the data. So first we are going to use the query here, and inside that we have to specify a type, and here it will return the contact in the form of array. But at the moment we don't have a contact type, so we have to define an interface first. So I'm going to create a model here in the source. So let's create a model here, and this will be like contact dot model dot ts. Okay, so here basically we are going to define our contact interface. So export interface contact, and so this will be the ID will be string, name will be string, email will be string, okay, and contact will be string, okay. And let's bring this interface contact in our contacts API. So we can import this contact interface, okay. So you can see that it's imported, and we can pass this interface here inside this query, okay. So contact, and we will get all the contact in the array. So here it will be array. And guys, whenever we are going to use this query, we are not going to provide any kind of argument. So the second argument will be void. So we can give here void like this way, okay. And after that we can specify our query. So query, and here we can mention our endpoint. So I'm going to mention like contacts, okay. So that's it for now for fetching the data from our JSON server. So whenever we create a query like this, then it will automatically expose the hooks which we can use to fetch the data from this endpoint. So once you create this query, so it will expose this hook from this contact API. So the hook will be like use contacts query, okay. And you might be wondering how we got this hooks, okay. So if you name like this way, fetch contact, so this will become fetch contacts, okay. So you can see that we don't have any error here. So whatever the name you are giving, so it will become like this way. So let's reward this one. So we have got this use contacts query. So guys, we can use this hook in our component to fetch the data from our JSON server. Now we have to configure our store. So I'm going to create one file in the source directory. So the file name will be store.ts, okay, tsx. So it will be tsx. Let's rename this one, okay. And here we have to configure our store. So we can bring configure store from our Redux toolkit. So from Redux toolkit we can bring configure store, okay. And we have to bring this contacts API as well from our service folder. So from service folder we can bring this contacts API, and this will be contacts API, and here we can export const store is equal to configure store, and here we have to specify reducer. So guys, at the moment we don't have any reducer. So how we are going to hook this up? So here we have one property called reducer path, okay. So you can specify reducer path, and the path name we can specify the same name here which we have here, okay. And in store.tsx file we can hook this up, okay. So what we can do here, so I can use this contacts API, and I can use here contacts API dot reducer path and contacts API dot reducer, okay. And now we also need to add middleware here. So let's add this one as well. So we are adding the middleware because we are going to work with this contacts API, okay. So we need to specify middleware here as well. So middleware, and As of now, I'm just going to use default middleware. So I can use like get default middleware. Okay, and this will be an arrow function, and I can use here get default middleware, and here we have to concat to this contact API. Okay, because this contact API we are going to use as a middleware to fetch the data from our JSON server in our React application. So we have configured the store. Now let's go into the index.tsx file, and here we have to bring provider. Okay, so we can bring the provider from React Redux. Okay, and we also need to bring the store as well. So let's bring the store as well, and we can wrap this component with the provider. And we can cut this part and paste it here, and we can specify here store, and we can just pass this store to our app component. Okay, so guys, we have configured our Redux toolkit in our React application, and we can verify whether there is any issue or not. So we can go back to the browser. So our application is running on 3001 port, and as you can see that we don't have any issue. Okay, so I have refreshed this application and we got no issue. That means we have successfully configured Redux toolkit in our React application. So now we are going to use this query to fetch the data in our home component, and we will display all the contact in our table component. Okay, and one thing I found here, so you have to remove this one. Okay, and now let's use this query in our home.tsx file. So now I'm not going to use this one, so let's comment this one or remove this one. We don't need this one at all. And here we can bring this query from our service folder, and the query is like use contacts query. And here what we can do, like use contacts query, and this will give you data, this will give you error, this will give you is loading, is success. So we are not going to use all the property, so we will be using few of them only. So you can see that we have got all this property from this use contacts query. So we have is loading, is success, is fetching. So you can use this property. Okay, so basically here we didn't write any kind of logic to handle this data fetching, is loading. Okay, so we got all this data error, is loading, is success, is fetching from this use contacts query, and now we have got this data. Let's save this file, and we have the same data in our this table component. So this data contain all the contacts in the form of array of object. So I have just used a map function here, you can see that. And guys, let's go into the browser and verify whether this is working or not. This is working as expected. And guys, you can also verify this one in the Redux dev tool. So I'm going to open to bottom. So you can see that here different API calling is happening. So initially we have a pending, then fulfilled. Okay, and we have got all this contact. Okay, so guys, we are able to fetch all the contact that we have in our JSON server with the help of RTK query in our React application. So let's also use this one error part. So let's see how we can use this error property as well. So what we have to do first, so we have to bring use effect from React. Okay, so let's bring use effect from React, and we're gonna use this hook here. So use effect, so we can pass this error as a dependency, and here we can check if there is any error. So what I wanted to do, so toast dot error, and we can give something message like something went wrong. Okay, and in order to test this one, so we have to do some changes in our contacts API. So let's see this URL content test. Okay, so this is the wrong URL and we don't have any data on this URL. Okay, so let's save this file and let's go into the browser and let's refresh this one. So you can see that we have got this message, something went wrong. So we have tested this error property as well. So let's revert this one to original URL and let's go into the browser. So with this URL we don't have any issue, so you can see that in our browser. So guys, we have also able to handle the error in our application. So guys, now let's work on other operation like adding the new contact with the help of RTK query in our React application. So for adding the contact we have to perform the mutation. So let's understand little bit about the mutation. So I'm just going to the official document and here, so guys, for adding the contact or deleting the contact or updating the existing contact, we have to do a mutation. So mutation are used to send the data update to the server and apply the changes to the local cache, and mutation can also invalidate the cache data and force refetch. Okay, so with RTK you have to write the mutation in order to perform the add operation or delete operation or update operation. So let's do that one. So we have to go back to the Visual Studio Code in order to perform the mutation. So here we can have like add contact. Okay, and again we are going to use a builder pattern, and this time we are going to use mutation because we are adding the new contact, and this will receive an object. So we can specify here object and it will get the contact, okay, from our component. So we can specify this interface here, and after that we are going to have query, and in this query we are going to receive the contact. Okay, so and here we are going to specify the URL, so it will be contacts only, and we have to specify the method. So for adding the contact we can specify the post method, and in body we can just pass this contact. Okay, so once you create the query, so it will again expose a hook. So let's use that hook for adding the contact. So we can use like use add contact mutation. Okay, so like this we can use this hook to add the contact in our JSON server. So let's go into the add edit user.tsx file, and here we have 3 input field in which we have name, email, contact. Okay, and here what we can do, we can use like use add contact mutation. Okay, since this add edit user component we are using for adding the new contact or updating the existing contact, so here we have edit mode. Okay, so basically if you have the ID in the URL, that means user is updating the existing contact. So based on that I am deciding here the edit mode. So if you have the ID in the URL, so that means user is updating the existing contact. So in that case our edit mode is set to true, otherwise it will be false. Okay, and the same thing goes in our handle submit as well. So if user is not updating the existing contact, that means he basically adding the new contact. So here what we can do here, so this method is already converted into the async, you can see that here. So we can use here await. Okay, and first let's use this one, use add contact mutation. So what we can do here, use contact add mutation, and we can do something like this, add contact. Okay, and inside this we can just pass this add contact, and we can pass this form value. So basically form value hold the information about the user contact detail. So you can see that initial state we have name, email, contact, and here we are setting the form value. So we have passed this initial state and we are destructuring the form value. So we have got this name, email and contact. Okay, and here we got some error. So ID is missing in type. So it's mentioned like property ID is missing in type. So whenever you add the contact with the JSON server, so JSON server automatically provide you the ID. Okay, so in the model what we can do, so we can make it as a optional. Okay, so we can make it as a optional, so it won't throw a warning or error. Okay, so let's go into the added user.tsx files. So now you can see that we don't have that warning. So once we add the contact, so I wanted to navigate towards the home page. So let's just cut this one and I wanted to paste after this line. Okay, so guys, with the updated React router DOM, we are not going to use the use history. So you have to use here use navigate in order to navigate towards the home page. So earlier we used to use history in order to navigate towards a different URL. So earlier we used use history, now we are using use navigate, and we have stored the reference of use navigate into the, so here we have stored the reference of use navigate into a navigate variable. So here we are using navigate like this way. Okay, and we can verify this one whether it's working or not. So let's go into the browser and let's refresh this application. Let's click on this add contact button. Now let's add like test @gmail.com. let's keep some random contact. Let's click on save. So now you can see that here we have got the message like contact added successfully, but our table component is not updated with that newly added contact because we haven't did the auto refetching. So if you refresh this application, then only you will able to see the newly added contact in our table component. So we have to also introduce a auto refetching whenever we made change to our server. So let's add that one as well. So we need to go back to the Visual Studio Code first, and in service folder what we have to do here, so we have to provide a tag types and we can specify the contact here. Okay, so whenever this contact gets changed, so it will do a auto refetch. Okay, and after that inside this we can use here provides tags, and here we can specify again the contact. Okay, in add contact we have to also provide one more property like invalidate tags. Okay, so then auto refetching will work. So let's add one more contact again. Let's refresh this application and let's add like Jim Carrey with proper name, jimcarrey@gmail.com. let's give some random contact and let's click on save. So now you can see that we have got this newly added contact in our table component. So this time I didn't require to refresh this application because we have implemented the logic to do a auto refetching in our React application. So guys, we have performed this add contact operation with the help of RTK query in our React application. So now we are going to perform the delete operation. So we can delete the contact with the help of RTK query. So first let's write the mutation in our contacts API for deleting the contact. So here what we can have here, so delete contact, then we are going to having a builder dot mutation, and it will having a void because it won't return anything, and in the second we are going to pass a string because we are going to provide the ID, and after that we can have a query. So we are going to delete the contact based on the id. So here we have to give the id like this way in the arrow function, and after that we have to specify the url, and we are going to use backtick because we are going to delete the contact based on the id. Okay, and this will having the id here, and method we have to specify delete. Okay, so this will be the delete, and we have to also put this one invalidate tag because we wanted to update our table component. So let's add this one as well. Okay, and let expose this hook. Okay, for delete contact, so we need to expose this hook as well. So use delete contact mutation we are going to use in order to delete the contact from our table component. So let's go into the home.tsx file, and here we can bring that use delete contact mutation, and here what we can do, so use delete contact mutation, and we can have here delete contact. Okay, and now we can use this one delete contact inside this handle delete method. Okay, so it is already async. So what we're gonna do, so we're gonna have like await delete contact. Okay, and we can pass the id here. Okay, so let's see whether we are able to delete the contact from our table component or not. So let's go into the browser, let's refresh this application. Okay, and let's try to delete the fourth record. Let's click on OK. Now you can see that we are successfully able to delete the contact from our table component, and we have got this toast message that's saying that contact deleted successfully. And from table component also the record got removed successfully. And if you look at that our db.json file, so also we don't have that record, test record with the name test. So we are able to perform the delete operation with the help of RTK query in our React application. Now let's work on the view part. So user can also view the single contact. Okay, so if you click on view, so user can see the single user contact detail. So as of now, this data is hard coded in my userinfo.tsx file. So if you look at this userinfo.tsx file, so all the data as of now hard coded. So now we are going to fetch the single user contact detail based on the id. So again we have to write the query here in our contacts API. So let's write that query first. So in order to fetch the single contact, so we're gonna use here contact. Okay, and we're gonna again write a builder query, and this will having a contact, and we're gonna fetch the single contact based on the id. So that's why I'm providing here a string, and inside that we're gonna having the query, and we're gonna mention our url here. So again we're gonna use the backtick, and this will be like contacts. We're gonna specify the id. Again we have to add this one provided tags for fetching the single contact based on the id, and we have to put comma here, and let expose the hook for this one as well. So this will be like use contact query. Okay, and now we can use this query in our userinfo.tsx file. So let's go into this file, and you can see that in home.tsx, so on view button you can see that we are providing the id along with this route. So whenever user click on this view button, so it will get the id here. Okay, so we are basically getting this id with the help of use params. Okay, so you can see that we have got this id here inside this our user info with the help of use param. So first let's bring that query here. So I'm just going to copy this line of code and I'm just going to paste it here, and let's remove this one. We need use contact query. Okay, and what we can do here, so here we can do something like this: use contact query, and we can pass the ID here. Okay, and here you will get a warning, like you can see that type undefined is not assignable to type string. So you can just do a exclamation mark, so the error will gone, and now we will get our data. Okay, and here also you're going to get like error as well. Okay, error is loading. So all this property you are going to get from this query. Okay, so you can use this one. Okay, so we can copy this line of code and we can just paste it here in case of error. Okay, and we need to bring this use effect from our React. Okay, use effect, and toast also we need to bring. So let's go to the home.tsx file and let's bring this toast. Okay, what we can do here, so instead of hard coding we can just give here ID, and for name we can do something like this. If we have data, then so the data dot name. Likewise, I'm just going to copy this one and paste it here, and this will be the email, and this will be the contact. Okay, so let's see whether this one is working or not. So let's go into the browser and let's go back, refresh this application. Now click on the third record. Okay, now we have got the single user contact detail based on the ID, and if you click on go back, you will navigate back to the home page. So we are also able to read the single contact based on the ID with the help of RTK query in our React application. Now the last operation, we are going to perform the update operation. So user can also update the existing contact with the help of RTK query. So if user click on this edit button, so first we need to populate the existing contact detail on each respective input field. So let's first do that one. Okay, so in order to update the existing contact detail, so we have already created this query. So you can see that which is responsible for fetching the data based on the ID. So first we are going to use this query so that we can able to populate the existing contact detail into each respective input field. Okay, so let's go back to the add edit user.tsx file, and here we're gonna bring use contact query. Okay, and after that what we have to do, so here you can see that if user click on this edit button, so here we have got this ID. So again we are getting this ID with the help of use params. Okay, and inside this use effect we are basically deciding like whether user is updating the existing contact or adding the new contact. Okay, so let's use that one. So what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to copy this one. Okay, let's paste it here, and here we are providing the ID and we have got this data. So this use effect will run if we have the ID along with if we have the data. Okay, so we are going to use this data part here. So inside this use effect, so we can check again if we have the data. Okay, then do a set form value and we can just spread out this data. Okay, and in else condition we have to add this line of code as well. So set form value, and here we can give initial value, initial state. So This way basically you can able to populate the existing contact detail into each respective input field. Okay, so first let's see whether we are able to populate the existing value or not for contact. So let's go into the browser. So here you can see that we are successfully able to populate the existing contact detail into each respective input field. And let's refresh this one and let's see the first one. So let's click on edit. So now you can see that we are successfully able to populate the existing contact detail into each respective input field. And you can also handle the error part as well here. So what we can do, so you can also use this use effect inside this add edit user. So we can also handle the error like this way again. So we have already bring the use effect, and after that what we have to do, so we have to write the mutation query in our contacts API in order to update the contact based on the ID. So let's add that update contact here. So update contact builder dot mutation. So it will be void, and in the second we are going to provide the contact. Okay, and after that you have to write the query. So we are going to update the contact based on the ID. So I'm just extracting the ID here, and I'm just going to put the other detail as it is. So rest we can give here. So this is the other information like name, email and contact. And after that we can have that arrow function, and we can mention the URL, and this will be like contacts, and this will be the ID. So we can provide the method put here, and inside body we are going to just pass the rest. Okay, so we are done with the update contact mutation, and let's expose this one as well. So use update contact mutation, and we can bring this use update contact mutation in our add edit user detail. So add edit user, we can bring this one, use update contact mutation, and here what we can do, so it will be use update contact mutation, and this will be the update contact. Okay, and we can use here update contact. Okay, so update contact. So this function is already async, so we can use here await, and in update contact we can provide the form value. Let's give here await. Okay, and once user update the existing contact, I wanted to navigate towards the home page, so that's why I have used here navigate, and after that I wanted to set the edit mode to false, and we are showing the toast notification that contact updated successfully. So let's go into the browser and see whether we are able to update the existing contact detail or not. So let's first go to home page, refresh this one, and let's update this one. So let's give proper name like Harry Potter. Okay, and let's give Harry Potter. Let's update the contact as well, and let's click on update button. So I think it's got updated, but we forget to provide that tag. Okay, so let's refresh this application. So you can see that contact is updated successfully, but in our contact API we forget to add that invalidate tag. So let's add this one. So it will do a auto refetching whenever we have updated the server. So let's update the other record. So let's give here like Jim Van. Okay, let's update from gym carry to gym van, and this will be something random contact. Let's click on update. So now you can see that we have got this toast notification that contact updated successfully, and the record is also getting updated in our table component as well. So you can see that we are also able to perform the update operation with the help of RTK query in our React application using JSON server. So guys, we have performed all CRUD operation with the help of RTK query in our React application using JSON server. So I hope you have learned a lot from this video and you have got some understanding about the RTK query, how you can perform all the CRUD operation with the help of this RTK query in your React application. So thanks guys for watching this video. If you like this video, then please press the like button, and if you find out that my video is useful, then you can share this video with your friends and colleagues. Okay, and please subscribe this channel in order to get more video on the concept of React and Redux. Okay, so till then, take care and goodbye. I will see you in next video.